and after it is cooled, it is melted and beaten to make it into steel. The second type is the improved pig iron covering method in the Song dynasty. MANHWA. The method is to insert pig iron between the wrought iron sheets and then seal the furnace for sintering. The third type is the pig iron pouring method improved by the craftsmen of the Ming dynasty, also known as the Su steel method, which is also the method I use now. This method is relatively difficult to operate. It is to put the wrought iron block in the blast furnace and place the pig iron slice at the furnace mouth. After the pig iron slice is melted, it is evenly poured onto the wrought iron block. However, due to the limitations of skills and building materials, it was difficult for the ancients to directly pour iron in the blast furnace, so I divided it into 2 steps. MANHWA. First, the wrought iron is poured with pig iron outside the blast furnace, and after demolding, it is sent into the blast furnace for calcination. Although this is a bit more troublesome, the effect is the same. While Qin Tian and the others were busy, Ellen and the other women were not idle. At this time, they are making scabbards and knife handles in the kitchen. Although it is not as laborious as iron making, it is also an extremely difficult task. This whole process requires cutting out the bamboo slices to the size of the blade, then planing them flat, and then using isinglass to stick the bamboo slices tightly. Among them, making fish maw glue is the most difficult. You have to put the boiled fish maw on a chopping board and pound it into a paste. This step has the saying that goes, "Even a hero can't solve easily," which shows how tiring it is. Finally, wrap the fish maw with gauze and squeeze out the isinglass. Squeeze out. Nick, the time has come. Take out the steel block. Ragnar, you are ready. MANHWA. Hammer up. MANHWA. Look, it's deformed. Something seems to have fallen off. This is a knife, why not use the method of making a hammer? Use that what, cast, mold, yes, mold. As the saying goes, it can be made into steel. MANHWA. Although the steel made by the steel filling method has less impurities. But that is compared to iron ore. For the steel itself, it needs to be beaten to further remove impurities. It takes more or less to hammer. About 100 or 200 hammers. MANHWA. 100 or 200 hammers. But there is no need to finish the hammer in one breath. You can take a short rest when you are tired, as long as the total reaches about 150 hammers. This should be possible. It is impossible to use manpower to knock out all the impurities in the steel block. When a certain limit is reached, there are very few impurities that can be knocked out, and it will be a waste of time to continue to hit. MANHWA. Well, this level is not much different. Then it's time to start building weapons. Remember everything I said, right? MANHWA. Long before the steel was made, Qin Tian told Alex about a special method of making weapons. The method is to make a hole in the iron block. Then the steel block is clamped into the iron block, and then hit with a hammer to make the iron block wrap the steel sheet. MANHWA. Then return to the furnace. Fire. Then hit the blade. Alex is worthy of being a craftsman of the tribe, and she can make such a perfect blade the first time she uses it. MANHWA. Finally, the hardened soil made of clay, carbon powder and iron powder is smeared on the body of the knife. The mighty one, can this soil also make weapons more powerful? Yes it is. MANHWA. During quenching, the exposed blade that is not covered by the quenching soil will become extremely hard when it cools sharply. Meanwhile, the blade covered with soil and exposed to the slow cooling speed has better toughness. MANHWA. In this way, the strength of the blade of the forged knife is guaranteed, and the toughness of the back of the knife can play the role of cushioning force during a battle, making the blade difficult to break. This forging method of wrapping a steel block with an iron block is called the clad steel method, which can ensure that the blade is sharp and rigid, while being strong and not easy to break. Coupled with the hardening method called the overburden burned blade, the attributes of the blade and the blade are further strengthened. MANHWA. Calm the Mighty One. Both of these methods were obtained by Qin Tian from the Encyclopedia of Crafts. And using these two methods to create a weapon that combines strength and flexibility, it is the pinnacle of Chinese knife history. Tang Hingdao. MANHWA. Calm this time, it's the pirates' turn to worry about their weapons. Listen, this is not a real battle, it's just a test Tang Heng swords competition. Remember to stop in time. The pirate longsword that I picked up at the beginning is really useful. Speaking of which, we haven't tried for a long time. MANHWA. Calm, I'm sure to beat you this time. MANHWA. Calm. Calm Kong. MANHWA. Calm, am I making a fuss? Why do I feel this is a bit dangerous? Don't worry, they will be measured. It's okay if you get injured. There is hemostatic medicine in the medical kit. Just lie down for a while. I don't know if Nick can win this time. Counting this time, it is already the third duel between Nick and Kata. MANHWA. Calm, both are so strong. MANHWA. Calm. If you think I can only use a gun and choose to fight me close, then you are wrong, Nick. I'm sorry, but I never thought about it. Nick really won. Unbelievable. The long sword in Kata's hand was broken. The weapon made by Mighty One is too strong. If you use a spear, maybe the result will be different. You shouldn't use the weapon you took advantage of. What if there was none on the battlefield? Very exciting duel. The Mighty One. You two show me the weapons in your hands. Sure enough, the weapons of the Viking pirates were all made of pig iron, and there was no resilience at all, and there was no way to go head-to-head with Tang Heng's sword. MANHWA. Calm, but this situation is limited to the scope of swords. For large weapons like axes, the results on both sides should be similar. Now in our tribe, Nick should be the strongest. No, it should be the Mighty One. That night, he killed 2 saber-toothed tigers in an instant. I really want to see the Mighty One and Nick duel. Maybe you can give it a try. Oh, showdown, showdown, showdown. The Mighty One, is it true that you said this? Well, I want to try. If it were before, I would never dare to challenge Nick. I knew my limitation. But now it's different. There is a cat's reaction. I am confident that I can walk in Nick's hands for a few rounds, and even win. And ever most importantly, I am curious how much this talent can bring to me, and whether I can make myself, who have never had combat experience, confront those bloodthirsty pirates. Nick, you don't have to worry about it then, just keep the state of the battle against KY. Yes, calm. The venue for everyone to prepare for the duel. Father, don't have to be so troublesome, just this open space is enough. Cough cough, don't make noise, just listen to the Mighty One. By the way, Nick, go take a rest and get your energy back. Alright. MANHWA. Calm, I mean, standing on the battlefield is completely different from being a spectator. When Nick went to the stage, the tip of her hand was glowing with chills and air was pressing. I shouldn't ask her to test my combat power. The Mighty One, Nick is more than ready. Come on. MANHWA. Calm. Cat's reaction. MANHWA. Calm. Watching Nick fight before just felt fast. But I didn't think it was so fast. This is really not keeping your hands at all. I was thinking of not using talent at the beginning, and trying to see if I could use my own strength to fight against Nick for a few rounds, but now it seems that if I try, I will die. MANHWA. So fast. Look. This is the real power of Mighty One. King Calm. I don't know if I don't fight, I'm surprised when I fight. In terms of combat strength, if Nick is a grown-up adult, then I would at best buy a toddler. I don't have any combat skills at all. I Don, when had it not been for the cat's reaction, would have died in place 800 times. Nick, you are so merciless, you want to murder your relatives. I mean your savior. Kata, have you seen it? The speed of the mighty one is like a ghost, and Nick can't even touch him. MANHWA. Calm. Well, it seems that the mighty one is deliberately tempering Nick. If he keeps maintaining such a high speed, Nick is not an opponent. Come on, Nick. Don't let the mighty one look down on us lot of people. MANHWA. Calm. Hey. Hurry up, stop talking. Wow. It turns out that Chin Tian is so powerful. Don't be too handsome. My hero. Come on, Nick. MANHWA. Calm. Just now, I suffered from the lack of a solid foundation for swinging the knife, and the swinging of the knife was so rapid that my strength was not fully concentrated on the blade. Emang as the so-called 4 or 2, I can only use 1,000 pounds at most. If I can concentrate the power of my whole body on the blade, then the result will not be Tang Heng's sword being bounced, but Nick being knocked back. But to achieve this level, it is certainly not an easy task, otherwise, those swordsmen would not practice short swings thousands of times a day. Preemptive strike. Swift cheetah. MANHWA. Calm. So fast. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. Damn it. You see, the mighty one really kept his hands. Just now, a warrior with rich combat experience can continue to push forward by just avoiding the opponent sideways. The victory has been set, but he just retreats. The mighty one kept his hands on purpose. Please stop commenting, you two. This matchup is really exciting, and my eyes can't keep up with the speed of the two. MANHWA. Calm. Cat's reaction. Swift cheetah. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. Nick lost. What a wonderful showdown. The mighty one is too powerful. It's just a fluke. MANHWA. Calm. Look, I did say that the mighty one is the strongest. The mighty one, when do you plan to hold your wedding with Nick? Wow. Nix. MANHWA. Calm. Wedding. Choosing a day is worse than hitting the sun. Go. Let's prepare a grand wedding for the mighty one. Wait. Two people talking in English. Wait, what's the situation? Why do I have a wedding with Nick? You do not know. In the Lada tribe, men challenge women and are regarded as. Well, in your words, it is a marriage proposal. If you win, it is regarded as a successful marriage proposal. Is this unilateral willingness too unfair to Nick? No wonder Nick's reaction just now was a bit strange, for this reason. MANHWA. Calm. No, every woman in the Lada tribe hopes to have a stronger husband than herself. Moreover, the Lada people are proud of serving the Almighty, and as a representative, you are equivalent to the Almighty. No, this. That. Can you just let go of the so-called marriage proposal? What are the mighty one and the patriarch talking about? Listen to the elders, that is the mighty language that can communicate with the Almighty. Do not understand. The mighty one, do you think Nick is not cute enough? MANHWA. Calm. It's not about cuteness. The two are about to fight, add one more, wouldn't it be a fire? Nick understands that Nick really is not qualified to be the wife of the mighty one. Nick will leave the tribe after a while. How could it happen? Just now the mighty one was just. Father, you don't need to say any more. Although Nick could not understand the language, but from the look on the face of the mighty one, Nick already understood his mind. Leaving the tribe. MANHWA. Calm. Nick is leaving the tribe. Did the mighty one abandon Nick? But didn't the mighty one challenge Nick just now? I'm going. What's the rule? Those who are abandoned by the Almighty must not stay in the tribe. Otherwise, disaster will surely be caused. At the moment the Mighty One won the victory, Nick was already his partner. Now he is unwilling to fulfill the marriage contract, which is equivalent to Nick being abandoned by the Mighty One, that is, being abandoned by the Almighty. This. Don't worry, the Mighty One did not say that Nick is not qualified to serve the Almighty, but in order to maintain the power of communication with the Almighty, the representative can only marry a wife every 3 years. MANHWA. It turned out to be like this. Therefore, from the beginning of this year, it will take 2 years for the representative to marry a wife. Keep going, just keep going. Therefore, before Nick becomes the wife of the Mighty One, he must first marry Sister Ellen, and then it is my turn to finally get you. The Mighty One was worried that Nick had to wait too long before showing that expression. MANHWA. Is this true? The Mighty One did not reject Nick. Of course, Nick is so cute, how can he reject you? Hey. This is not developing right. MANHWA. Yes it is, the Mighty One This. Is. Yes. Is such that. At the moment, I can only go through the confusion according to Jessica's script. Let's talk about the future. The crowd dispersed calm. Happy now. I think there can be a reward. Don't, I want to live a few more years. MANHWA. It's okay. I'll go first, and draw a design drawing. Retreat quickly, this Jessica is too difficult to catch. By the way, should Nick move to the cave to live with us in the future? No way. Keen in the next few days, Alex has been making weapons for everyone. In addition to the 2 teams dedicated to building and searching for food, Yi Lin organized a 3rd team to sew fur coats to withstand the severe cold. A few days later is this snow? As a southerner, I wanted to see snow since I was a child, but I didn't expect it to be on this desert island for the first time. I remember Lao Zhang, a university roommate from northeast China, and his friends in the video, they often said that they would go home to fight Chu Luhua together at the end of the year, and I don't know who Luhua is. The Mighty One. MANHWA. You are up. Well, Nick, you are so early too. It's snowing. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? Nick doesn't like snow. When the animals disappear after the snow, food is even harder to find. That said, but fortunately, we prepared enough food this time. There are also zeng sown in advance, all thanks to the Mighty One. MANHWA. You too. Talking about love here early in the morning, not afraid of ears on the wall. MANHWA. We do not. Sister Jessica, it's not like this. I was joking, look at Nick, you blush. It's snowing slightly. It's snowing. Let's make a snowman. Under the infection of several children, everyone was in high spirits and began another day of work. MANHWA. It doesn't seem to work, it's really. Whoa. This is too cold. Maybe it can be a thermos. But before that, the design drawings of the matchlock and lathe must be done first. Although our weapons have now been greatly improved and are slightly better than the Viking pirates, there are many Viking pirates, and the chance of victory in a frontal confrontation is slim. Only by making this matchlock can we have the power to fight. MANHWA. The matchlock gun is the ancestor of modern firearms. Its performance is extremely poor. In terms of its lethality, it may not even be comparable to a bow and arrow. But it is better than a quick word. With the speed of the bullet, it is impossible to dodge it with human reaction ability, and it is simple to make and easy to use. Prepare more guns and replace your shots to achieve a continuous effect in a short time, and the damage that can be caused is still considerable. However, no matter how original the matchlock gun is, there are still certain requirements for the barrel. The barrel of the gun must be straight and smooth, otherwise once it gets stuck and blows up, it is tantamount to suicide. Therefore, it is impossible to make gun barrels based on skills alone, and it is necessary to rely on a lathe. The difficulty lies here. The drawings of the lathe were obtained from the Encyclopedia of Craftsmanship. Some parts in the drawings could not be made under the current conditions, so I can only find ways to adjust the design drawings and use other methods to combine and replace. It is still the last step. Today let's get here first. Achoo! What a heavy snow! The mountains around Guangqing University are distributed, forming a narrow tube effect, and there are often demon winds. Being blown into a fool by the vast demon wind is a well-known saying here, so everyone scolds people and never says dirty words, just say the demon wind blows. Too much. He is really going to be blown into a fool. Read at com to support the translation team. This wind and snow are so strong, the kitchen is only half a minute away from the cave, and the body is already covered with snow. MANHWA. Calm. Smoke billows. What's the situation? The mighty one. Qin Tian quickly closed the door. MANHWA. Calm Ragnar, let it be. I can't take it anymore. MANHWA. Calm. Are you smoked? MANHWA. Calm. It was so cold, everyone had to cook in the house. Qin Tian, I want a hug. Unexpectedly, the weather is so cold before winter, and it will be worse in December. It seems that we have to start making charcoal. Read at com. The mighty one, what is charcoal? With that thing, you don't need to smoke thing up. Yes. Charcoal is made by smoldering wood to cut off the air. Compared with wood head, charcoal emits higher heat when burned. The most important thing is that when charcoal burns, there is generally no smoke, even if it does, there is very little smoke. MANHWA. Calm. Wow. That's great, so that you don't need to be smoky to keep warm in the house in the future. You really deserve to be the mighty, you know. The weather is so cold, and I don't know how the pets are. Calm. Could it be that Hanpi is going through hibernation? MANHWA. Calm. Pandas are warm-blooded mammals, and logically they won't hibernate. However, although the cat, bear and the panda are related by blood, they are different species after all, and it is not surprising that the living habits are different. Compared with them, we should worry about ourselves. Shan Bai and Sand Eagle should have lived on this deserted island for some years. I haven't seen any big winds and waves. For them, the winter here is just a normal climate change. That's what it said. The next morning, everyone is divided into two groups. One group is responsible for building the charcoal kiln, and the other group is responsible for cutting wood into two pieces. MANHWA. Calm. Alright, almost ready. Everyone put the chopped firewood into the charcoal kiln, and then sealed it to light. The heat is almost there, so close the smoke outlet. MANHWA. Calm. The mighty mistress, if you just seal it up and keep burning, the wood inside will turn into what kind of charcoal you said? Yes. Depending on the moisture content of the wood, the smoldering time is different. The wood in our camp has been dried long ago, and it should be able to turn into charcoal by tomorrow. Alex, come with me, I will show you what we are going to do next. You want to make a gun. Read at gun. Is it the kind used by kata? This gun is not the other gun. What we are going to do is a musket, a weapon similar to a bow and arrow, but 10 times stronger than a bow and arrow. 10 times stronger than a bow and arrow. The mighty mistress, this is the divine weapon you are talking about. It seems that the structure is not very complicated. Why didn't I see where its lethality is? There are still two things missing here, bullets and gunpowder. Bullets and gunpowder. That's it. You know. I don't know. Master Witchcraft, do you want me something called a musket? Yes, but before that, in order to build a straight and smooth barrel, we have to build a lathe first. God, we have spanned thousands of years in one breath, and are we entering the steam age? MANHWA. Hey, since we have iron, of course we are going to make a big improvement. Although steam power was also used when the steam fan was made, the thing is muddy, far from being a steam engine. This lathe must have high requirements for parts accuracy, and the template must be very fine. With such a large amount of work, Alex must be busy alone. However, it is best to find someone with a good heart and hand. Okay, isn't this person you? This design, this structure, is too clever, although there are many places that I can't understand, it is really amazing. The Mighty One, you are simply the god of craftsmen. It's not that exaggerated, Alex, do you understand everything? No, it's still far away. I have to study it carefully. It doesn't matter, you can take the drawing back and look at it slowly, as long as you can make all the individual parts. This is no problem, wrap it on me. Early morning on the third day it should be almost done. Open the firewood inlet. Hush. Good, the temperature inside is still very high now, everyone will wait for another to go in. Manhwa house. Calm. 10 minutes later, take a look, take a look. The new freshly baked charcoal is here. This is charcoal. It looks like unburnt wood. It's not the same, the surface is very smooth. Very hard. You can try to ignite it, but you need to be aware that charcoal needs to be ignited with wood. As long as it is burned red, the remaining part will slowly burn out even if there is no flame. It's so warm, and there is really no smoke at all. Manhwa house. Calm. With this, we can warm up in the house with peace of mind. By the way, everyone remembers that when you burn charcoal in your house, you should leave a little crack on the doors and windows. Got that? They don't understand carbon monoxide, so I get them pay more attention to it. The successful firing of charcoal made the camp a joy. Everyone moved the fired charcoal to the storage room, ready to start the second firing. Handmade indoor calm. These two people are really serious enough. In this case, I won't bother them. Manhwa house. Calm. Phew. I can't be idle either. Kata, Ragnar, Aruba, the three of you come here. Manhwa house. Calm. The Mighty One, what do you want us to do? Well, let's make some beads. Read at calm. Manhwa house. Calm. Manhwa house. Calm. Phew. After a busy morning, I finally got 3. The Mighty One, what are we going to do? You'll find out later. Manhwa house. Calm. The Mighty One, what are we going to do? Ah. This Abalu, originally I wanted to leave a surprise for everyone, but now I don't speak anymore, just relying on his mouth to make my ears cocooned upside down. The bullet of the musket. 10 times stronger than. Then a bow and arrow. Manhwa house. Calm, is this thing really so powerful? Of course, there may be more than that. That's great. With this gun, we can kill the pirates and avenge the dead people. Manhwa house. Calm. It should be almost done after spinning for so long, so let's pour it out and have a look. Well, it was pretty much what I expected. Although the iron beads look almost exactly the same, they are not much different, but there are not many that can actually be used. They must be round and smooth, everyone work hard, we have to prepare more bullets. Great job. Everyone bring in the Mighty One's tools, be careful, don't knock them. Phew. After so many days, the laboratory is finally completed. Not to me, under the background of these experimental reagents, this laboratory looks a bit decent. Master Wizard, the construction of the camp has been completed, what should we do next? This. In the next few days, everyone should have a good rest. Let's sleep in, take a walk around the scenery, or do something you like. Hee, too. Since coming to this island, everyone is like a spinning top, looking for food and building camps, without a moment of rest. Now everything that should be done is done, and suddenly there is nothing to do. I guess everyone will be a little confused. Manhwa house. Calm. Rest. Sleep. Take a walk. Me. You mean we don't need to work anymore, we can do whatever we want? Yes it is. Wow. That's great. I've long wanted to go to the campsite and wander around. I want to 62, add I want to sleep beautifully one day and one night. I want to use the eyes of God to take a good look at the stars in the sky. According to the progress of Yellen and Alex, it will take a few days before the mold of the lathe can be completed. During this time, everyone should take a good vacation. Adjust the physical condition to the best, to meet the battle that may be coming. What is this sound? It was the howling of wolves. Judging by the sound, there are at least 20 or so, and they are not far from the camp. I will go out and have a look. The mighty one. MANHWA. Calm. Is it the wave of winter beast again? Listen to the sound, they seem to be very close to here. If there is the mighty one here, we will have nothing to do. Winter beast's wave. Have you encountered this kind of thing in previous winters? Yes, in winter, these beasts will be extremely active, and even risk their lives to break into the tribe to steal food. But they are all in 2s and 3s, and they just don't have to be so ostentatious. Speaking of it, this year's winter is much colder than before. Perhaps the cold weather caused the wolves to have no food to eat. They were so hungry that they had to dispatch all of them to attack our camp. MANHWA. Calm. If it is true as Jessica said, it will be a disaster. Apart from a few soldiers in the camp, all the rest are elderly, women and children. If they are targeted by wolves, the consequences will be disastrous. Can't sit and wait for death. Nick Kata, you guys, follow me, no matter how you can't let the wolves approach the camp. Patriarch Sampa, I'll leave it to you here. Do not worry. Chin Tian, you have to be careful. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm, not to mention that the two of Kata and Haninik have superb combat effectiveness. Ragnar and Pakuma are also experienced fighters. Coupled with the blessing of steel weapons, we will surely be able to repel the wolves. See everyone move lightly and get closer. See, this is the cry of the saber-toothed tiger. The mighty one, look over there. MANHWA. Calm. It turned out that the wild wolves had an encounter with the saber-toothed tiger. I really hope that the last saber-toothed tiger will die in the mouth of the last wild wolf. Ulf. MANHWA. Calm, the snipe and the clam fight, and the fisherman. What are the benefits? It should be what Ragnar said. Look, it's about to start. MANHWA. Calm. Read at calm. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. The black wolf is so powerful that it can entangle a saber-toothed tiger alone without falling into the wind. The wolves still have to lose, as the average strength varies too much. Even if there is a strong head wolf, it will probably not help. MANHWA. Calm. Even if it was me, I was not sure that I could shoot it. And there are still a few wolves that did not participate in the battle. Are they protecting something? The wolf is going to lose. Can't this be? What we want today is to hurt both sides so that we can profit from it. The current situation of unilateral crushing is not what we want to see. MANHWA. Calm. Pakuma, ready to support the wolves. Calm. The mighty one, knowing that your martial arts are so strong, I didn't expect that your archery skills would be so exquisite. With this distance, coupled with the current temperature and wind direction, it is not easy to shoot a saber-toothed tiger in the jump, and it is even more difficult to deliberately avoid the vital points. MANHWA. Calm. Alright. You are the real plus. What I can only do with the blessings, you can do it with manpower alone. It should be almost now. The Mighty One, you are really nasty. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. Era. MANHWA. Calm, it's a wolf pup. They didn't participate in the battle to protect the wolf pup. MANHWA. Calm. The situation has changed, do it. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. Read at calm. MANHWA. Calm. What an all-iron spear, it suits my appetite too. Long guns are divided into soft guns and hard guns according to the different barrels. The soft gun has a soft body, which can throw out the spear, and can also play a role in buffering and releasing force when blocking. However, the soft gun is very sophisticated in the wood used to make the barrel. It must have the characteristics of resilience, flexibility, and resistance, which is simply not found on this desert island. That's why I asked Ikruz to create an all-iron spear for him. Although it was not soft enough, it was powerful and destructive far beyond the original soft spear. It matched Kata's fighting style. Well, my pair of steel daggers were also very sharp, which ended the life of the saber-toothed tiger. And my shield is a bit heavier, but its defensive ability is 10 times stronger than that of a pure wooden shield. It seems that everyone is very satisfied with the new weapon. Read at calm. What should I do now? Do you still want to chase down those wild wolves? Go back early, don't let the tribesmen worry. MANHWA. Calm. MANHWA. Calm. The Mighty One, very kind. Me. I'm not kind. But you let go of the wolves. The Mighty One wanted to protect the wolf pups, so rushed out. I'm just worried for the ecological balance and food chain balance. You are really kind. Asking endlessly will make the spirit of the earth angry. Kata is right, hahaha. In fact, letting the wolf return to the mountain will cause endless troubles after all. From a rational point of view, killing all the wild wolves is the most correct way. After all, this time the wolves just appear near the camp, what if the next time? But facing those little wolf pups, I really couldn't start. Either it's a blessing or a curse, forget it, let's be headstrong this time. The Mighty One is back. Qin Tian, are you okay? Not only was it okay, but it was also full of rewards. Look at it. Wow. It's a saber-toothed tiger. Unfortunately, none of them are alive. MANHWA. Calm, haha, live, do you dare to ask for it? Okay, today is a false alarm, but it also gives us a wake-up call. The wild wolf and the saber-toothed tiger were originally active on the plain, but now it seems that they have crossed the forest and came here. Well, compared with forests, there is much less food in the plains. After it snows, food becomes harder to find. It is not surprising that they travel long distances here in order to fill their stomachs. As the weather gets colder, similar situations will become more frequent. I suggest that during this time, everyone should not go out lightly. I agree that with the current food reserves, even if you don't go out, you can survive the winter without a problem. Well, in the next time, we will blockade the camp and pick out some manpower, work in 3 shifts, and garrison day and night to avoid being attacked by wild beasts. In the next few days, everyone slept in addition to eating, and they could not leave the camp. It was so boring. Haze. So bored, very bored. Yeah, who said not read at calm? Why are you bored? We were joking. MANHWA house. Calm, yeah, how could you be bored? It's impossible to be bored in this life. Yeah. It's finally done. Are all the molds of the lathe ready? Yes it is. MANHWA house. Calm. Ragnar, Aruba, K. Hurry up and gather everyone, we are going to have a big game. MANHWA house. Calm Reddit calm. MANHWA house. Calm. MANHWA house. Calm. Oh, it turns out that these parts are connected like this, which is really wonderful. What kind of witchcraft is this? It looks very powerful. The birth of the steam machine tool absolutely has universal significance on this desert island. Ignite. MANHWA house. Calm. MANHWA house. Calm. Look. It's moving. It's moving by itself. It's amazing. Is this the magical weapon of the Mighty One? Phew. Fortunately, it turned successfully. It will still run a little bit awkwardly. There is no other way. Under the current conditions, the parts made will be somewhat deviated. MANHWA house. Calm, don't make faults, it should be put into use. Wow. The big wood has become a straight stick, just like magic. The Mighty One, there is no problem. Next, let's start making the barrel. MANHWA house. Calm. It took a lot of effort to build a lathe, in fact, for such a stick. No way, no matter how skilled a person is, it is impossible to cut a perfectly straight and even fine wood. Put the fine wood into the center of the bamboo tube, and then fill it with clay to make a solid fire. Using this as a mold, you can make mud sticks that are no different from fine wood. MANHWA house. Calm. Fill the bamboo tube with mud again, leaving a gap in the middle column, then put the mud stick in and pour the iron juice. In this way, an iron pipe with a smooth and rounded interior can be obtained. Read at calm. Next, change the turning tool to a diamond and polish the appearance. Using diamonds as turning tools is really luxurious. Make the best use of it. Fortunately, when we were fishing for silica sand, we found a lot of diamonds. Otherwise, there was really nothing to polish the barrel of the gun. Okay, all the necessary parts are made, put them all together. The Mighty One, this is. What kind of gun? Yes, this is our secret weapon against pirates. There is a huge gap between the number of tribesmen and Viking pirates. Whether it can turn things around depends on its performance. MANHWA house. Calm. The ammunition filling of the matchlock gun is very troublesome. You have to pour the gunpowder into the barrel, use a cleaning rod to harden the gunpowder, and put it in iron beads. Then fill the mouth with gunpowder. In this way, when the trigger is pulled, the arquebus passes through the gunpowder at the mouth to ignite the gunpowder in the barrel, thereby firing bullets. MANHWA house. Calm. Few. Human blessing. Read at calm. Successfully made a matchlock gun, earned 500 points. Calm. That's amazing. Is this a mighty object called a matchlock? Even the shield was penetrated. Thundering sound. This power is 10 times stronger than the bow and arrow. Is that the power of flames? That burst of flames. MANHWA house. Calm. I didn't see when the bullet was shot at all. At this speed, even if there is a shield that can block bullets, there is no time to react. MANHWA house. Calm. In this way, the sticks worn by the group of British soldiers who visited the tribe were similar to matchlock guns. Fortunately, there was no conflict with them at the time. Alright, everyone sees how the matchlock gun is made. Next, let's follow the instructions of Alex and make matchlock guns together. The more the better. Read at calm. We got it, the Mighty One. Read at calm. Although this time the rewards are generous, with the current points, it is not enough to exchange talents. It depends on whether you can redeem useful books. The war will start. If you can prepare more methods, you have a higher chance of winning. MANHWA. Calm. Let's take a look at the world of mysterious goods first, maybe there will be some good things on discount. Calm. The system is smaller. Empty mysterious merchandise interface. Since the last time I redeemed a combo package here, it has been empty until now, and there is also a taming book that has nothing to do with eggs. Waiting for new commands. Encyclopedia of Wild Traps. Let's redeem this first. Big outdoor trap. The host successfully exchanged goods. MANHWA. Calm commodities began to be distributed. The host received successfully. I hope I can find something useful here. MANHWA. Calm. As far as the manpower and material resources of the camp are concerned, we don't need to make any traps to catch prey. I have only one purpose in redeeming the Encyclopedia of Wild Trap, and that is to deal with the pirates. Although iron weapons and matchlocks have greatly narrowed the gap between the Lada tribe and Viking pirates to a certain extent, this is not enough. We must make full use of the geographical advantage, and totally crush the pirates. The last straw of the camel. MANHWA. Calm. The production of matchlock guns is not difficult, but because of the need for mass production, there is only one machine tool for grinding the barrel, so the production time is greatly extended. In order to make the guns as soon as possible, everyone rushed to work and did not want to leave the camp for half a step. Life flies extremely mechanically red at Calm. What are you thinking about? MANHWA. Calm. Jessica, here you are. I see you staying alone in the cave for most of the day without any movement. Just come in and have a look. Do you need my help? I can do anything. Don't be polite. For example, with your personal needs. Not what you think. Kidding. Are you designing a trap? MANHWA. Calm. When the white mist dissipates, the pirates will definitely cross the swamp and search for us. Rather than just sit and wait to die, it's better to be there. And annihilate them in one fell swoop. You're really the man I'm fond of. You're so manly, such a ruthless man, Kiki. By the way, how are Ellen and the others doing their snowboards? I'm here to tell you this. This is simply amazing. Abby Elu actually stood on the snow. This is known as the snowboard. Snow is really. MANHWA. Calm. This is because the snowboard increases the force receiving area, shares the weight of the body and reduces the pressure, so people naturally will not sink into the snow. The Mighty One. This snowboard was specially made by Ellen in consideration of winter combat, and now it seems to be very successful. Have you tried it? Not yet, let me try. Calm. The Mighty One, I seem to have broken your magic weapon. It's okay, this is all normal. Every human body has a different weight and requires a different force receiving area. Well, that's why I asked them to try since 3 of them have very different weights. Kata, you sink deeper at that time, depending on the weight, 3 to 4 sizes should be almost the same. On the second day, in addition. In guns, everyone had a new task to build snowboards. Mid-November finally finished. 150 pairs of snowboards, spread flat, everyone can get 2 pairs, and the rest is used as a spare. 76 matchlocks, equipped with 30 people who can go on the battlefield, are more than enough. Read at Calm. Due to the reserve of gunpowder, everyone can only shoot a few rounds like they did during military training in high school, and feel skilled in reloading and firing. The firing range of the matchlock gun is not far, and the shooting accuracy will not be practiced. MANHWA. Calm. End of November. Chin Tian, when you come back, what would you like to eat? As long as you do it, it will do. Do you still have to ask? A big meal, it must be a big meal. MANHWA. Calm. Be sure to come back safely. Don't worry. According to previous calculations, the white fog in the marshland will disappear at the end of November and early December. As soon as the pirates discover this situation, they will definitely bring people over. In other words, we will meet again within 10 days at most. It's time to fight to death. Ha! Here it is. Isn't this marshland independent of the desert island? It's freezing snow and ice outside, but it's extremely hot and sultry here. This is always the case here, no matter when. Let's take a brief rest, and after half an hour, start to build the camp. In this sub-zero environment, a few small fires are not very useful. You must have a windproof and warm tent. Therefore, after a short rest, Qin Tian and his party began to cut down trees. Then they found a relatively dry place and started to set up a tent. The structure of the tent is simple, you only need to build the skeleton and put on animal skins. Qin Tian and the others have a total of 30 people. 3 people each tent, so they need to make 11 tents. When Qin Tian and the others arranged everything, the sky was already dark. Kata, tomorrow you will lead 10 tribesmen to a designated place to set up a sinking trap. Ragnar, when you cut down the trees tomorrow, you must be careful and try to cut down as far away as possible from the trap. In addition, don't chop too much in the same place and leave obvious marks. Roger that. Manhwa. Calm. The rest of the people follow me to set up the dark bow trap. Now everyone is sleeping. Everyone must be careful when performing tasks. Safety is the top priority. If you encounter any situation, you should immediately use a whistle arrow to notify. Manhwa. Calm. Very good, the trees here are luxuriant with dense branches and leaves, which is a good place to place a dark bough. Manhwa. Calm. Now everyone comes over and listens, let me explain to you the layout of the dark bough. Read at calm. The first step is to tie the bough to 2 wooden pillars. Note that when tying, you must tie the bough tightly, otherwise the swaying bough will remove most of the power to a certain extent, making the arrow's power greatly reduced. In the second step, place a 3-finger-wide piece of wood in the middle of the bough, hold it with a wooden stick, and open the bowstring at the other end. Manhwa. Calm. Remember, be sure to keep the groove at the end of the stick smooth to ensure that the string can be released smoothly. The third step is to pull the string below the wood chip to the opposite side and tie it. Be careful not to use too much force during the pulling process to trigger the mechanism. Finally, put the arrow on the bowstring, remember that this step must be done at the end. The mighty one, is it even set up like this? Yes, let's try now to see if we can successfully trigger the trap and avoid any mistakes. Hit the mark. Manhwa. Calm 4. Whoa. Wow, it's really successful, and the power is not small at all. If anything's unclear, you can mention it now, and then it's up to everyone to arrange it. The method of arranging the dark bough is not difficult. After reading it once and asking a few questions, the lot of people began to arrange it in the place designated by Qin Tian. At the same time, Kata and a group of people are struggling to dig a hole. Manhwa. Calm. The Ragnar group was cutting trees to make thorns. The trap plan is proceeding in an orderly manner. On the other side of the swamp. Calm. Damn it, how come there are mosquitoes in this winter? Hey, there is a saying, look at it, only shit and rotten flesh will attract flies. Manhwa. Calm. Could it be you forgot to wipe your fart after done using the toilet? Are you dogs blind? This is a mosquito. A mosquito. It's early in the morning. What are you guys arguing about? Manhwa. Calm. Looking for bones. Keep barking. Damn, how could this kind of rookie sentry thing fall on me, Larav? Manhwa. Calm. In this ghost place, there are a lot of mosquitoes, the water vapor is still heavy, and even the quilt in the tent is wet. Manhwa. Calm. Hurry up. Go back and tell the captain. The white mist is gone. Read at calm. Pirate camp. Someone is approaching. It's Larav. Manhwa. Calm. The white mist is gone. Manhwa. Calm. As soon as we dispersed this morning, we ran back hurriedly. This is for you. Keep the notice, let the crew prepare, and set off tomorrow through the swamp. Yes, sir. Read at calm. This time, we must get the spring of youth. MANHWA. Calm. It's safe outside. Come out. The air outside is good, but inside, it suffocates me. Although it's a bit boring, staying inside is much warmer than a tent. This is because snow is a poor conductor of heat. Poor conductor. Yes, because snow itself has thermal insulation properties. Therefore, the heat emitted by the human body will accumulate in the dark room and is difficult to dissipate, so the room will not feel cold. In addition, due to the extremely low outdoor temperature, the snow will not melt due to heat. Everyone, start a fire and eat. If nothing else, the pirates will arrive here in 2 days. Could the Mighty One state the situation when we're sick? Read at calm. Speaking of which, when I am sick, my body gets very hot. I don't think it's. As far as our current strength is concerned, fighting pirates head-on is a dead end. Therefore, we can only use the places arranged these days to slowly wear down the power of the pirates, and when it is weakened to a certain level, we will launch a general offensive. Foregone conclusion. Fortunately, the dark room layout was prepared before the arrival of winter, otherwise, the plan would be impossible to implement. Today's task of exploration is left to you, Sand Eagle. Wetlands. MANHWA. Calm. Titan python won't appear suddenly, will it? Close your crow's mouth. See the border. MANHWA. Calm. Bless the Holy Father. Sure enough, as the captain said, after the white mist disappeared, the Titan python was also exiled to another world. Captain Simonson. Read at calm. MANHWA. Calm. Everyone keep going, make sure to find a dry place to set up a camp before the sun goes down. The group of pirates passed through the swamp unharmed. What about the boa constrictors? MANHWA. Calm. It is probably hibernating. I thought that when the Viking pirates crossed the swamp, they would encounter the Titan python, and they would suffer heavy casualties and even annihilation. It seems that it is better to abandon this unrealistic idea as soon as possible. But it is also true, snakes are cold-blooded animals. Although the marshland has not frozen, the overall temperature has dropped a lot. The Titan python is afraid that it would have been hiding for the winter long ago. It is better if the Titan python does not appear, then we can use our own hands to avenge the dead people. MANHWA. Calm. The location of the pirate is now here. When the time comes, we will use the night to quietly touch the enemy and kill the enemy as much as possible. Once the bullet is empty, we will immediately retreat towards the nearest trap. Remember, the purpose of our night attack this time is to eliminate as many enemies as possible in the shortest possible time, and to weaken the enemy's strength. We must not love war. Then when shall we do its calm? The Viking pirates have just arrived here, and they must be very vigilant. Let's take a good rest tonight and then we will do it in the early morning. Pirate camp calm. In this kind of ghostly weather, no matter how fierce a beast is, it has to be obediently shrunk in its den. I think you can make a suggestion with the captain to let him remove the guard. Calm. What's the matter? You can't be afraid. You are right, I really dare not. If you have the courage, you go. 100 gold coins, if you dare to go, how about I give you 100 gold coins? Read at calm. As far as we can see there are about 30 guards, and within the shooting range, there are many trees blocking it. It is difficult to hit the target. What's the tension? MANHWA. Calm. No, it's just that this battle is too important. Such an action should be the first time for the Mighty One. In fact, I am too worried. The Mighty One is wise and his martial arts are like gods. I will do whatever the Mighty One says. I will fight whenever he says. I will leave everything to him. Hee, you can talk, just talk more. Get ready, Everyone, listen to my orders. MANHWA. Calm. Ha ha ha, I also bet 20 gold coins, you don't have the guts. Well, if you dare to go, these 120 gold coins will all belong